So it's the round of 32 in which we are currently in right now, in which in the first phase, that's the group stage, which was concluded as at last week. We saw our African contingents have an 80% qualification record with only two teams from Africa, two countries from Africa, Tunisia and Nigeria, missing out on the current round of 32. And in this round of 32, unfortunately, three African teams have gone home. Currently, Belgium is playing Senegal. I don't know what the scoreline is at the moment, but I'll check after this video. But it only goes to show that the boys are being separated from the men. Morocco, I actually saw that game against the Netherlands. They won on penalties 3-2, and surprising from Netherlands, if you will ask me. But yes, the game of penalties is anybody's game. It's a game of luck, but you will expect Netherlands to be more clinical in penalties, being that the players that currently play for Netherlands right now are players that play day in day out for their clubs. No discrediting Morocco, because the same goes for Morocco, because most of the Moroccan players are not are not Moroccan bred. They were they plied their trade in various European countries, and they had to come back to Morocco, of course, to answer to the clarion call of their nation. And you can see them bringing their individual qualities back into their country. That's why Morocco is this good. And we see players playing for PSG in Morocco, playing for PSG, playing for in France, playing for Real Madrid in Spain, playing for Lille in France, and they've been very present at their clubs. They might not be starters at their clubs. Some are starters, some are not starters. Yes, and Mazraoui playing for Manchester United, and who is a starter, obviously. And you see, there's quality in Morocco, so you cannot help but hail the Moroccan side. They are really continuing from where they left off in the last World Cup. They are in the round of 16, and they await their opponents very soon. But it's a pity Ivory Coast lost out, and it's a pity DR Congo lost out. And you see that it's really not being easy for African teams at this point in time. The quality is starting to show from the countries that they are being paired against, and I don't think they can handle the firepower of these countries. But would we get to see another surprise from another African country during the course of this current round of 32? It only remains to be seen. So for now, we can only pray that aside Morocco, we need maybe like two more, because 11 countries qualified for this World Cup from Africa. So, and 8 made it to the 9 made it to the round of 32. So right now we are down to let's say like Ivory Coast is out. We don't know about Senegal. DR Congo is also out. So we're left with about like we're left about like 6 African countries. So let's see what happens. We only pray for the success of African countries. I don't just want to see only Morocco in the round of 32. I also want to see other African countries slug it out with the giants of the world. And in the transfer world, it's crazy business. You see Tottenham Hotspur surprising the world, surprising Europe. They've snapped up Matheus Fernandes of West Ham. West Ham was relegated at the end of last season. This season that just ended. Matheus Fernandes of West Ham for 85 million. And Sandro Tonali from Newcastle for £100 million. pounds. So that is 185 million pounds in one day. Not to mention that Manchester United were in for these two players, but they decided to step back because they felt the price tags on these players was just too expensive. For Matheus Fernandes, that was that was the reason, and they said he also did not show enough promise to join Manchester United, just like the way Cunha and Mbomo did as at last summer. But is that enough of an excuse? Yes, we don't want to pay over the moon. We don't want to pay inflated figures, but you have to be ambitious. You can't say you want to achieve and not pay money. I mean, the market is inflated. We saw what City did with Elliot Anderson paying 116 million. It's actually ridiculous. It's outrageous. But at some point in time, there's no how you can skip this. You want quality. You want to go for trophies. It seems like Manchester United is meant to be winning trophies year in, year out. We can't be giving excuses. You can't be saying this. You can't be saying that. I tell friends that are fellow Manchester United fans like me, and even people that are not Manchester United fans, but also, they have the interest of Manchester United at heart, whether it's by banter or whatever it is, where we just talk on a platonic, we just talk on a, on a club to club basis. And I tell them that you can't aim for the stars if you don't do the work. You can't be saying you are saving Premier League foreign players. You want this particular amount of money. You want that particular amount of money. You don't want to spend this particular amount of money. You want to spend. I mean, you have to get into the program. You have to get into the program. There's no how you can achieve success without working for it. Sometimes you have to pay big time for it. Now, these players, they missed out on because they missed out on Tonali, they missed out on Matheus Fernandes. These were main targets for them before they deemed them expensive. That's the margin. Man United board deemed them expensive. Now, who are the alternatives? Who? They talk like they have everything under control, but who are the alternative players that can match up to these players? I bet maybe you look at, okay, maybe Matheus Fernandes, maybe, because he's still a young boy, he's a 21-year-old, right? The 85 million on someone like that is not, yes, he's okay, one good season, but not really proven. But Sandro Tonali, I mean, this is a general for his side in Italy. I mean, unfortunately, Italy couldn't qualify for this World Cup. That is not on him. But you look at the whole thing, you expect United to, at least even, you tempt Newcastle's resolve. Let's even go. Not just saying, oh, you view his price tag from a distance, and you'll be like, okay, it's expensive, is this, is that. Nah, we don't want that. I mean, United is moving the same way they have always been moving most of the time. Maybe aside last season, sluggishly. I mean, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? Yes, they said there's enough time. Who are your alternatives, like I earlier said? We don't have readily alternatives. And you claim like you have everything under control. Which control? There is time. But what will time make out at the end of the day? Which players are we being linked to that can, that can stand, at least, that can stand up to Sandro Tonali? I'm not saying Sandro Tonali is the holy grail, but that will have added to our midfield. I mean, it's not just about the ambition is not there. We speak a lot of English, but we don't do the work. We don't follow up. I don't know. It's like I said, there's still time, but I only hope to see what is going to happen at the end of the day. But aside that, back to the World Cup just for African countries, I hope to have more African countries in the round of 16, not just Morocco, because it will only give Morocco more guys and more, pump to say that they are the only team in Africa that can do great and wonderful things as far as football is concerned. And they are not wrong. African teams need to up their game in this round of 32. Let's see what happens with Cape Verde. Let's see what happens with Egypt. Let's see currently what is happening with Senegal. I personally think that at least one or two more will join. But who would those countries be? It remains to be seen. See you in the next video.